What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about how to quote window cleaning jobs. Window cleaning itself is pretty straightforward. The part that usually tricks people up, especially if you're brand new, is how to quote them properly. A lot of people in this industry seriously overcomplicate pricing. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking it down as simple as possible and showing you guys the exact method that I use for my company. Especially if you're just getting started, this is a great foundation to just start on. Before we get into it, I do want to mention that I've created a completely free pressure washing, window clean, and exterior clean community where you can chat with me directly and connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs as well. I also post exclusive videos there every single week, and I don't want this to be thousands of people, so if you guys can join now, I would do it right now. I'll leave a link down in the description, so make sure you go check it out if you guys don't want to make any mistakes with your business. Alright, let's dive straight into it. And a lot of you guys are actually doing pressure washing already, and most of you have thought about adding window clean, and I totally think you should. Window cleaning lets you increase your ticket price, add another income stream, and upsell existing customers. So let's talk pricing. Everything that I'm going to be mentioning is based off of the national average. This isn't the only way to price windows, but it's a very solid starting point, especially if you're new, and it's going to be as simple as possible. So personally, for my company, I charge per pane and not by window because it allows me to get very precise on the pricing. So if you don't know what the difference between a pane versus a window is, I'll explain a little bit about that. So a pane versus a pane is the actual individual piece of glass that's on a window, and a window is the total of panes within one frame. So one window could have 1 pane, 4 panes, 6 panes. So for me personally, each pane gets counted individually. So this all kind of matters on how big the pane or the window actually is. But on average, you can charge around $6 to $10 per window. So if there's a window with multiple panes in it, I usually charge $4 to $8 per pane. Very rarely do I see more than 3 or 4 panes within one window. Now, if the panes are smaller, I usually charge a little bit less, but I usually like to stick around the $10 mark for the exterior window only. Now, if you guys are just starting off, I would like to stick to around the $7 to $8 per exterior window. This way you can just land more jobs, especially when you're starting off. You want as much customers and as much work as possible. Now, most of your customers will actually ask if you do interior window cleaning as well. And my company actually never does a job where it's just interior window cleaning. We package our window clean to actually land higher ticket jobs. And if people want their interior windows cleaned as well, I'll usually add around $3 to $5 per interior window. So in total, for interior and exterior window clean, I'll usually stick to around the $10 to $14 for both sides. Now, you guys also might be wondering, what do you do if a customer's window is way bigger or way smaller than a few others that they have? If it's a huge exterior window, I'll usually count it as 2 or 3 windows and let the customer know that. And if it's a super small window, I'll usually bundle a few together to make it as one. It's just kind of common sense. You just want your window cleaning pricing to reflect off time, difficulty, and effort. And another thing you have to factor in is how difficult the job actually is. At my company, we use water-fed pulls for all exterior windows, which makes things faster, safer, and way more efficient. We don't need any ladders for any job that we do, and we can actually clean the windows, frames, and sills all at the same time. Now, if you're just starting off, that's totally fine. You don't need that special equipment to get started. A ladder, squeegee, mop, and a bucket will get you going right away. Pricing, though, usually stays roughly the same if you're doing an exterior window clean with water-fed pull, or if you're just doing it by a squeegee and a mop. The only tricky part is doing multi-story homes, and to keep it super simple is the higher the house, the higher the price. If a home is over 2 stories, you should obviously increase your pricing. Personally, I just add on a few dollars per window if it's above 2 stories. Now, I'll say this clearly, no job is worth risking your safety. If a job looks sketchy, price it accordingly or just walk away. Another key thing is to have a minimum charge per job. This is huge, and I wish I would have known this when I just started off. You should always have a minimum pricing for all of your window clean jobs. Now, why you do this is because you might have a couple jobs that customers only want 2 or 3 windows cleaned at their property, and you'll actually lose money once you factor in gas, time, and your equipment. So make sure you set a minimum for every job to make sure it's worth your time. Now, a lot of people ask me how I actually organize and send all my quotes, and I use a software called Jobber. With Jobber, I can select how many window panes are at each property, instantly generate a price, and send a professional quote to the customer right on the spot. Jobber also lets you create and send invoices, schedule jobs, take payments, and manage your entire business in one place. If you're really serious about growing, you need a software like this, and I can't recommend Jobber enough. I'll leave a link down in the description for a 14-day free trial. If you guys stick with it, you'll also get 20% off for 6 months through that link in the description. I promise you guys, this company will grow so much faster if you have Jobber by your side. Now, one last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is reoccurring window cleaning plans. To get your customers on a window cleaning plan to either get them cleaned 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times a year, I would give them a percentage off if they keep booking us throughout the year. This way you give your customer a better deal and your work is actually predictable. Hopefully this video helped you guys a little bit. I know I ramble a lot, but I know pricing's a little bit difficult, especially if you're just starting off. Just make sure to check out those links that I put down in the description. I'll also put more equipment that I use down in the description to Amazon if you just go and purchase from there directly. Alright, thanks again for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.